So now let's see the very important topic. Now, when we deal with a project, okay, a project won't have only one department. A project will have multiple departments. One minute, hold on. Now, a project has multiple departments. When we say deal with, say, Nestle project, Nestle. Now, this was starting Delta by IBM. Now, let's assume you are into that project, IBM project. Now we have the following modules: SD, MM, FI, HR, CRM, APO. Like this, there are many modules: production planning, PM, etc. Now, definitely, one developer won't be working in all the modules. He cannot. So let's assume one developer is working in SD. Now in SD only, let's assume I want to develop 100 programs. If I take only one developer, how many days it will take? So roughly 3 to 4 developers in each area, depending on the project size. Depending on the project size, in each project, minimum 10 to 20 developers will be there. In every project, minimum 10 to 20 developers will be there in the starting. Once we start develop the project, once it comes to the end, the number of objects will reduce, so they might reduce the team. But in the starting, always the number of resources will be more. In Accenture, I was dealing with a project with 49 developers. 49. Okay, so the number of developers will be always more. Now, let's take this case. In sales only, I have to create some tables. In sales, I have to create some tables. So let's assume 3 tables. Sales data table, material price table, taxes table, item taxes table. So I have to maintain the item taxes for each item. So let's assume if you earlier days, we used to have something called as overall tax, but now it's not like that. We have something called as GST. One product can have GST, one product might not come under GST. One product has 14%, one person has 13%, one product has 5%. Product to product, the GST value will change. So I want to maintain some table in which I can maintain the materials and its taxes, what is the percentage, etc. Next, what are the material prices for each material, what is the price? Next, sales information. There is no rule that all the 3 tables will be created by the same person. It might be because I have 3 developers, this can be created by Suresh, this can be created by Ramesh, this can be created by Mahesh. So always resource students tell me, sir, I will come to you, can you explain me the project? When we say project, this complete things comes under project. One developer cannot develop the complete project. Now, if you come to this SD area, now let's assume I am developing 100 programs. Out of 100 programs, average Suresh will develop 30, Ramesh will develop 30, Some say Mahesh is developing some 40. Mahesh is developing some 40 objects. So in SAP terminology, we call it as objects. So he might develop 30, he might develop 30, he might develop 40. So for Suresh, what is a project means? Nestle project only. He know about only these 30 objects on the sales. For Ramesh, he know only about these 30 objects only in the pricing. So everyone need not know everything. Everyone need not know everything. And one developer cannot develop everything. So project does not means complete A to Z. So we will be covering few objects in SD, few objects in MM, few objects in FI. Like this, we'll cover. Listen to those carefully and understand, and you can keep those in your resume. That's more than enough. Beyond the resume, we won't go outside. Beyond your resume, we won't go outside, because SAP projects are not small projects like Java. So we don't ask you to explain complete project. So project does not means understanding all the modules. Whatever you are working, you will be working, suppose in 1 year you will be working on roughly some 6 objects. So you have to explain about those 6 objects only. We will ask about those 6 only. So let's assume I'm explaining material report. If you keep that material report in your resume saying that I have done material report, the interviewer will ask you some details about that material report. You should be in a position to answer it. So whatever we are learning, remember, if you forget today's topic today itself, it's of no use. From past 1 week, I am telling, if the domain or data element is not active, your table won't be active. Domain or data element is not active, your table won't be active. Multiple times I told you. And when you activate the table, it is giving the clear cut message. Domain is not active or not available. It is clearly giving a message. You people don't know how to study the English message also. Highlighted red color message every day before yesterday, that before yesterday also some people pinged me, what is the issue sir, what is the issue sir? Without data element or domain active, your table won't be active. Or if you don't give the key field, it won't be active. These are the two mistakes you can do. Either you might forget to activate the data element, or you might forget to activate the domain, or you might forget to activate the you might forget to give the primary key. Only in these 3 cases it will throw errors. So now let's see one important topic today. Very important topic. Now employees will have salary. Employee table. Now employee ID, name, city, phone, country, basic pay, HRA, TA, DA. Basic pay, HRA, TA, DA. So definitely we should have currency key field. Wherever currency fields are there, there should be currency key field. So this is developed by a separate developer, a person, abap HR. Abap HR, employee related tables. So let's assume developer 1 is creating. Developer 1. Next, sales table. To which customer, what material, what quantity, what price I am selling. I am just putting an outline, not a correct table. Just I am putting some outline table, example tables. So now let's assume this is one table. Now at what price I am selling. So ultimately price is there. Wherever price is there, currency key should be there. CUKY should be there. Currency key. Similarly, when you come to materials, I am buying this material from this vendor, this much quantity at this much price. Purchase tables. Purchase tables. So I am buying this material from this vendor, 100 kgs. Price how much? What you are giving price? What price you are giving? So ultimately here also price is there. Here also currency key should be there. CUKY, currency key should be there. So this is created by developer 2. This is created by developer 3. Now finance related table. Finance related table. Finance tables. So where finance tables, definitely finance. Which product? What price? What is the GST value? GST value. So if you see here, automatically again, finance will definitely have money fields. Money, wherever money is there, currency key should be there. For sure, currency key should be there. So this is created by developer 3. Because one area. Here I am showing you 3 different areas. One is HR area. So HR area also requires some tables where money is involved. Sales, SD area requires some tables where money is involved. MM area requires some tables which where money is involved. Similarly, finance. So in every area, definitely the money is involved. Now, we cannot do the validations of currency key. I cannot do the validations of currency key in the domain level. So wherever currency key field is there, we have to create validation table. Validation table. Suppose I am Nestle. Example only I am telling. I am Nestle project. I am having my branches in India and US. India and US. Only two countries I have. So now India, all the sales should be done with INR. US, all the sales should be done on US dollar. So this is my restriction. My client is operating on 2 countries, so valid currencies are only 2. So definitely I will tell to validate the currency. So this developer 1 is creating one table. Developer 1 is creating one table. Check currency, some name. CHKCURR. In this currency and its description. In this he maintained INR USD. Now this person also require the same table, but this developer 2 don't know developer 1 already created. Developer 2 don't know developer 1 already created. So he's creating one more table. Currency check. Currency description. Indian rupee, US dollar. Similarly, this person is doing something. Check. Check CHECK. Check CURR. Some table is creating. In that also is maintaining currency description. This person also creating one table. Check table for checking currency description, and in this also will maintain INR USD because all the transactions in my company should work on these 2 currencies only. INR USD, INR USD. So like this, if I have 30 developers might be using. Now let's assume your batch. Every person who is practicing. Now whoever want a check table for money, they are creating this table again and again and again and again. They are creating this table again. So duplication, data duplication, unnecessary. The same table is maintained multiple times, which is wrong. Memory wastage. First issue is memory wastage. Second issue is, now tomorrow, let's assume I have stopped my business in India. I stopped my business in India. So I should not take Indian rupee anymore. So from every table, I should remember the client. The client has to remember and remove this data from every table. But how does the client know what are the tables created by the developers. What are the tables created by the developers? The client might not know everything. So if he forgot to remove the entries from this table and this table, ultimately some people are doing transactions in Indian rupee, which we should not do. Your system will allow INR if you forgot to delete. If you forgot to delete. Now like this, some 50 tables are there, same tables. In every table, I have to remember and remove the entries from each and every table. I went to Europe. So now it should allow Europe, EUR. It should allow EUR. So now I have to go to each and every table and add the EUR. So double work, double maintenance. So SAP is giving some rules. SAP is giving some rules. You have to follow those rules while creating the table. So what is the rule 1? Whenever money is involved, already we have seen this. Money is involved, CURR. There should be reference field, CUKY. Whenever CUKY field is there in your table, this field should have a check table, and this check table should be TCURC table. You need not create valid currency table. SAP already created the table. So any developer who want to use this table, who has to use this table, no need to create this table, no need to create this table, no need to create this table. Already SAP has created the table. You have to use that table only. So important standard tables. First important standard table we are learning. Important standard SAP tables. You have to remember. First table, TCURC, valid currency table. Now the toughest part in SAP is remembering the names of the tables, because this is created by German. So all the names will have some German flavor. Like Oracle, we don't create tables like employee master, employee transaction, sales table, etc. To make you understand easily, we are creating those tables. But now we are using SAP created tables. So whenever we are using SAP created table, the names will be a bit confusing. So you have to remember. Let's assume you went to China. First day you are sitting in a meeting with clients. If you see, almost all the people will look alike. You can't distinguish them. But if you daily go and interact with them, after 1 month, you will be comfortable. You will understand who is what. So the same thing, always beginning will be tough. If you do it for 2-3 days, day 1, how you while creating a table, navigation, you are confused. But now I'm not talking about all the people who are practicing daily I'm talking. So I will log on to SAP. SC11. There is one table called as TCURC. TCURC table. Anything which is not starting with Z, is SAP given table. So now if you see here, currency codes, In this table, SAP will maintain all the currencies. That means already this table is ready. Already one check table, TCURC table is ready. In this currency, some other fields are there. They will maintain INR, USD, dollar, dinar, EUR, SGD, Singapore dollar. Like this, they will maintain some entries. In your company, whatever currencies you are using, that will be maintained in this table. So he also has to use the same table. He also has to use the same table. He has to use the same table. He has to use the same table. Everyone has to use the same table. To link two table fields, the data type should be the same. To link two tables, the data type should be the same. What data type he is using for this field, I should also use the same data type. So I need not create data element for currency key. Already SAP has created. So I have to use that data element. Let's see this table. I am creating one table. Z7B underscore EMP. Create. It's already there. EMP master. Employee master table. Delivery class A. Display maintenance allowed. Fields. First field always should be mandate. MANDT. Mandate. Fixed. EID. EID. Name. Country. City. Gender. Basic pay. Basic pay. HRA. TA. DA. Basic pay, travel allowance, house rent allowance, dining allowance. So all these four components comes as a salary. So now I am taking some data elements. ZEID. Every time we need not create the data elements. We can use the data elements which are already created. So already I have created these data elements. So I know what data elements I have created. So I am using it. Whatever data elements you have created, use those. ZHRA, ZTA, ZDA. So now if you see currency, 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 four currency fields are there. So now what I can do is, so now EID, name, city, so on with basic pay. Basic pay is a currency field. So I should have a CUKY field. HRA, currency field. So I should have a CUKY field. TA, currency field. So I should have a currency key field. DA, I have a currency field. So I should give CUKY field. Now let's assume employee 1 belongs to India. Employee 1 belongs to India. Now I am paying basic pay 10,000. What? What I'm paying? INR. Currency. Now HRA. Say 2000 INR. Indian rupee. Travel allowance. 1000 INR. Indian rupee. Dining allowance. 500 INR. So if you see here, for one person, I will pay him all the units in the same Indian rupee, Indian rupee, Indian rupee, Indian rupee. A person who belongs to India will have all the four components as Indian rupee. Now, a person who is there in US, all his components will be US dollar, US dollar, US dollar, US dollar, US dollar. So, will you pay like this? Will you pay basic pay in Indian rupee and house rent in US dollar? No, we will never. We will pay one person all in the same currency. So there is some problem in your system. Please relog in. If everyone is not able to hear, it's my problem. So all are able to hear. So there is some problem in your end. So now we will never pay him like this. We don't pay him Indian rupee, US dollar, Indian rupee. So for one person, all these currencies will be the same. Then why I should maintain four times currency, 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 currency? So what we generally do? What we generally do? We don't maintain the currency key these many times. We will give it like this. So all these four will refer to the same field. So in my table, I should have one more field for currency key to store CURRENCY. But wherever currency field is there should be a check table. Wherever currency field is there should be a check table for sure. Because money is everything. In the money field, if you enter wrong currency, XYZ ABC, I cannot convert. I don't know how to convert the data. It will create a problem. So this field should have only valid currencies. What are the valid currencies? Till yesterday, I was creating this table, check table. But we said use TCURC. Use TCURC. Now, I should link this table with this field. So both the properties should be the same. This property and this property should be the same. Then only to link two tables, both the data elements should be same. So now if I create my data element, SAP is creating some other data element. I cannot link it because my data element is different, other data element is different. I cannot change SAP table. So what we have to do? I have to develop my table according to the SAP table. So what I will do? I will go to the T currency table. Open /o SC11 open. Disconnected. So TCURC table display. Now in this table, currency key field. So what data element it is using? In my table also I have to use the same data element. So what we generally do when we create a table. So I'm creating one table /o sc11 z employee master create employee master employee master delivery class A display maintenance allowed fields. The first field should be mandate EID country city gender phone. So like this, whatever you want, create those. Basic pay HRA TA DA currency CURR currency. So basic pay your data element Z basic pay ZB pay ZHRA ZTA ZDA followed by I should not create this. So what I will do, I will go to this table, pick this data element and use that data element in my table. So to link two tables, I require the same properties. So now key field, mandate and EID will be the key field. Come to currency quantity tab. Come to currency quantity tab. In my table, for this currency fields, this is my reference field. So for all those CURR fields, the units will be stored in the same field. Now come to the fields, technical settings. APPL 0, size category is 0. Save, activate. So let it activate. Now in the same way, quantity, wherever quantity is there, there should be a units field. Wherever quantity is there should be a units field. Weight units. Similarly, in almost every table, all the materials tables, you will have the quantity field. All the sales tables, you will have quantity fields. So nearly 100 to 200 tables will have quantity and quantity fields. So wherever quantity fields is there, there should be a units field. Wherever units field is there, there should be a valid units table. We don't need to create valid units table. SAP already created the table. So the table name. So SC11 T006 valid unit of measures. Valid unit of measure, units of measurement, valid units of measurement table T006. Now come back to this, your table is ready. Now we just use the data element. It don't have any check table. So what we have to do? keep the field on the currency, relations, select the relation, immediately it will propose. Because standard functionality, this is regular functionality, so it is telling create a proposal with T currency table. Yes, create it. Yes, create a proposal with T currency table. Yes, copy. So every currency key should have a check table as T currency table. SAP created this table with the field of length 5. Length 5. So we will also always create length 5 only. Fixed. Always it should be length 5 only. Because to link two tables, the property should be the same. So we are also using the same data element of length 5. So let it activate. So now if you see T currency table, units of measurement. All units of measurement will be there in this table. Now if you see the data element names, it is a bit confusing, but no one will ask you data element names. Forget about the data element names. Follow the descriptions. So to mug up the data elements, it will take a lot of time. And no one will ask you explain the data elements. So don't waste your time in mugging up. So now my table is active. Start doing the data entry, utilities, table contents, create entries. Employee 1, India, Hyderabad, some amount I am putting, currency XXX, save. It will throw error. Because this value is not there in T currency table. As of now, I am maintaining all currencies in the T currency table as of now. My system is a dummy system, so I'm maintaining all currencies. Whatever currencies are available, everything I'm maintaining. Australian dollars, Indian rupees, Bahrain dinars, etc. Everything. So now I have to select the valid one. It's I. Now INR, Indian rupee. Save. It will get saved. So I'm checking the valid currency. So wherever, simple rule, CURR should have CUKY. CUKY should have a check table as TCURC. Similarly, QUAN should have unit. Unit should have a check table as T006. Fixed. Second table T006. Valid weight units. So now I want to maintain materials and its prices. Materials prices. Now, till recent times, what people used to do, based on the city, the prices used to change. But online shopping came into picture. In Amazon, when you log on to Amazon, they won't say, okay, this bag for Hyderabad costs this much, this bag for Bangalore costs this much, this bag for Mumbai costs this much. No, the bag price is the same all over India. The price of the bag is same. Place the order. Now you are placing the order from your US. The bag price will be the same, but the delivery cost, that means the shipping cost will be different, but the price of the bag is same. So Some companies will maintain the standard price all over the world same way, but some companies will maintain different. If the material price changes by country, then I have to maintain the table like this: which material, which country, which city, what quantity, what price, what units. Suppose the user said, no, my price is same across the world, then I should create a table somewhat like this: material, quantity, its units, price, its units. That's it. So as of now, I am creating, already we have created similar table. Now I am creating this table: material, quantity, units, and price. So come to SC11, ZMAT, quantity, ZMAT prices, or Z7B, MAT prices. Create material prices, delivery class A, display maintenance allowed, mandate, which material. If you want to maintain country city, you can maintain country city also, not a problem. What quantity, unit of measure, price, currency. So Z matter, material number, Z quantity, Z price. Material, quantity, price. Now wantedly I have not created anything for unit of measure, anything for currency. So I have to link this field with TCURC. So in TCURC table, the data element is this one. So I'm copying the data element and putting it here. In this we have we have to link with T006. In T006, this field, MSCHI field, unit of measure field is MSCHI field. Now, because I have to link my table with T006, I should use the data element in T006. Here T currency, which material, how much quantity, what units, what is the price, what is the currency. Go to the technical settings. APPL 0, size category 0. Save. Come back. Currency quantity tab. Quantity, in my table, for this quantity field, this is the units field. For this is the currency field. So in real time, no one will tell you this. When we ask you to create a table, wherever quantity field is there, unit field should be there, fixed. You have to remember that. Now come to the fields. Then it should have a check table. Select the cursor on UOM, relation, foreign key. So it is asking, shall I link with T006? Yes, link it. Shall I link with currency? Yes, link it. Yes. Copy. Activate. So your material price table is ready with valid check tables. So when the client tells you to create a table, he won't tell, okay, use this check table, It's a must. So interviewer might ask you, okay, for currency table, you want to validate, what will you do? For currency, you have to validate, what will you do? We have a standard SAV table, T currency table. I'll maintain that as a check table. So answer is, I have a valid T currency table. I'll maintain that as a check table. So whatever tables I'm mentioning here, Now I'm not mentioning all the SAP tables today only. So when you prepare the notes, leave one page in the starting or last for the standard tables. So as of now, we are seeing two. Similarly, leave one more page for important transactions. So whatever transactions you have seen, maintain that in like this. SC11 for data dictionaries. For data dictionaries. SM30 for table maintenance. So all the important transactions in one place, all the important standard tables in one place. So that easy to refer while going for the interview. So prepare, learn how to prepare notes, because Are sending screenshots. Okay, it's not enough. Don't put it like this. Writing in your own handwriting is always good. While you write, some things will go into brain. Once you study again, it will be permanently stored. So now come back to my table. My table is ready. Utilities. So see here, go to currency quantity tab. T00 is a check table. T currency has a check table. Utilities, table contents, create entries. I am selling material XXX. Quantity 10. YYY. Price 100. Now here you cannot give, for currency or quantity fields, you cannot give characters. It won't take characters. So definitely you will have enter some numbers. 1000. YYY. Save. It will throw error. Unit of measure YYY does not exist. So in my unit of measure table, as of now, I am maintaining all the valid entries. Frequency, temperature, volume, degrees, bottles, kgs, liters, everything is maintained here as of now. But in real system, only what your company is using, that will only be maintained. Mine is a practice system, so I'm maintaining all the currencies and all the weight units. So right now I am giving here as each. 10 pieces or 10 each with 1000 INR. Save. Now what is this XXX? ABC, YZ, ABC, anything. It will take. It should not take. So somewhere I have to maintain what materials I am selling. What materials I am selling. What materials? So some material master table. Every company will sell materials. Every company will sell materials. So in one table, they have to maintain, okay, I am selling Honda cars, CRV cars, Civic cars, like this, whatever they maintain in this. For only those, I can maintain the prices here. So there should be one table to store materials. Because this is a regular requirement, every company requires materials. So SAP says, don't create any material table. Already material table is there. Already material table is there. Display material master table. Material master table. So all the valid materials. All the valid materials. Third one. Mara table. Material master table. All the valid materials will be stored in this Mara table. Material master table. Similarly, day before yesterday, I asked you to create customer. We have to create a customer table. But every company requires customers. So that's the common table what every company requires. So SAP has already given the table. KNA1, customer master table. Customer master table. KNA1, customer master table. To one of your senior, the interviewer asked, what is a customer master table? He said MM01. He said MM01. Material creation. This is a transaction. Transaction means shortcut. This is a shortcut to create material. There is one program using which we can create a material. So when he asked what is a customer master table, he told this one. Like this first 4 answers he told wrong. He told something, but he told wrong. So the interviewer laughed and said, okay, I'll get back to you. Now there we cannot scold you, have done a mistake, etc. So I will say, okay, I'll get back to you. He came out, his friend went. For his friend, the interview took almost 1 hour. So after the interview is over, this guy is calling me and saying, sir, will I get selected, sir? Because for me, it took only for 5 minutes. For the other person, it took for 1 hour. Why? When you can't explain the basic answers, it's my time waste to continue the interviews. I sent you out. So the interviewer don't want to waste the time, so he sent him out. No, sir, I answered all the 4, sir. What you have answered? For customer master table MM01, you don't know the difference between a transaction and a table? I forgot, sir. Mara, sir. Mara is a material master table, not customer master table. I forgot, sir. So in the real time, these many chances they won't give in the interview. So to that company, you cannot go for 6 more months. Whenever you come to any company like HCL, Accenture, IBM, if you get failed, for next 6 months, you cannot attend the interview to that company. So before going to the interviews, prepare perfectly. So later we will see more details. I am just giving important tables. Now on day 1, if I start showing you these tables, you will get confused. So how these tables are created? Sir, SAP tables, sir, SAP has created. Now, SAP didn't came out from your mother's womb directly, or God has given birth to SAP. Some developers like you has developed these tables. So as a developer, you should know how to create a table. But we don't create all the tables. 80% of tables are already there. 80% of tables are already there. 20% of tables we create. So when you join the company, as per the requirement, the client gave you these tables to you. If you don't know what is check table, what is a T currency table, what is T06 table, how will you create? So that's the reason the first 10 days I will always cover data dictionaries strongly. From now onwards, I'm assuming you know how to create a table. So ultimately, I'll be using the standard tables in the programs. But still, whenever you have free time, start creating. Even though there is a customer table, first you create your own customer table. ZZ customer table, ZZ customer table. Then you will understand what fields are there in that. Then if you see the standard table, you can easily understand, okay, only table name is changing, rest of the fields are like what I have created. So first practice on the Z tables. Once you are comfortable, we can start using the tables. So slowly we will add something to this list. So we have to start programming. So if we start programming from tomorrow, we have to use SC38 abap editor. Like this, new transaction will come. Like this, new tables will come. I can't explain all the tables on one day. So when the program requirement comes, I'll explain the corresponding tables. As of now, I just gave introduction to these two. What are those? More detail we'll see in the coming classes. So tomorrow I will show you the sales scenario analysis table. And then we will see the programming. Because many people are still confused in creating the tables. So tomorrow also I will explain the analysis of sales scenario, how to analyze the sales scenario in multiple tables. Then you can understand what mistakes you have done. So you have time till tomorrow to complete that sales scenario. And once the sales scenario is over, then we'll go to the programming. So I feel tomorrow you'll have a complete picture of the tables at least. So once the program starts, we don't have time to practice the tables. So actually I thought of starting programming from today, but still some people are struggling to create a table. So if I go to the programming, will they create the table or will they practice the program part? God knows. So they can't understand both. Without a table, we cannot create a program. So it will create a problem for them. So that is the reason I have not started programming today. Programming will start from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Thank you. Any doubts?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, for the currency key fields, as you are using the standard table TCURC,
Mm.
so, sir, as you said that as it is a dummy table, you are maintaining those all the records, and according to the requirement, it will change. So, sir, as you are using data elements from a standard table, then how can you maintain according to our requirements in the table?
That is not maintained in the check table. We are doing a data entry in the table. For everything, there is some transaction. So when we create a table, table 1,
Okay.
EID, name, city, phone, etc. We are creating one TMG program.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
What
sir.
TMG? What TMG will do? A program to do the data entry into this.
Yes.
Similarly, T currency table, TCURC table has one program associated with it. In this program 1,
Okay.
a screen will be there. Now you do the data entry and click save. That entries will come into this table. But we don't do the data entry. Who will do the data entry? The functional team or the client. We
Okay,
don't
sir.
we
Okay.
don't maintain T currency, valid currencies in the domain level. Domain level validations are not possible for T currency table. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The table where we are maintaining some entries. Who is authorized to maintain these
Okay.
entries? Your functional team. They will do the data entry into this table.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Uh,
Sir, also, I didn't get the last two session recordings. I told you yesterday.
I have shared Purushottam Barak. I will check it once again. What's your mail ID?
Sir, I will WhatsApp you.
Okay. I have shared almost to
Okay, sir.
everyone. Why are you not getting? Let's. Okay, I will contact with you later offline.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
when the what so that day, so you told the reference field and the reference
Mm,
table here. So that time I was getting the problem. So I have contacted my friend. He was working. He's your student only.
mm,
So he that time only he told about the standard table. Okay, na?
mm,
And he told very clearly that don't say to the sir. If you are saying now, sir will scold. Who said
mm,
this all the things?
mm,
So now I am asking. It is the time to ask. No, that's what I am asking.
mm. Yes.
So he told so when the quantity your today you told TC you are saying
Yes.
current it is related to the currency units.
Yes.
But that day he told the quantity relates standard table is MEINS. He told something.
That is data element for another table. So check him. There is no table called as MEINS.
No, he in that the table name is a DMBTR table.
Okay. Mm. Tell me.
DMBTR is a table name.
DMBTR. There is no table called as DMBTR. It's a data element.
Data elements.
And remember one thing.
I think
Remember one
B
thing.
sec.
Remember one
Okay,
thing.
sir. Yes,
Now,
sir.
there are your seniors. There are some of your in your batch. Out of 24 people, 4 or 5 people have not practiced it. Started practicing it. They are only listening to theory. Similarly, there are
Okay.
some seniors who don't practice all the topics. Now you are assuming he is a senior, but is it guaranteed that he know everything? Next, don't travel in multiple boats. Dobi ka kutta na gar ka na gat ka. The way he teach
No,
will be
that's what
different
I'm
the
not.
way I will teach. So don't go in advance. You are interested to learn in advanced concepts, but don't go. So even
Okay.
MEANS is a data element. MEANS is MEINS DMBTR, whatever you are saying is data element. So understand the difference between the data element. Now what is this data element? Means length 3.
Mean.
Now in TCURC, double click on this. Sorry, T006. T006 display. Double click on this. What is this?
Yes.
Domain is mains.
I think. Okay.
This field is yes. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
he is telling you, but not completely is doing. Half he is telling, half he is forgetting. So automatically it will create more confusion. So
Okay, sir.
slow and steady always wins the race. That is my policy. Instead of explaining all in one day and confuse you. On first day only, if I explain T currency T006, people will get confused. So what is this currency? What is this 000? So I asked you to create some custom tables. Valid currency table, valid weight units. You have understood, okay, we should do validation like that. Now we are removing those tables and using the standard tables. So this is a easy way to understand. Because
And one more thing, sir.
one more thing, some people can understand in one shot. Like some people like me will understand slowly. I'm a very slow grasper. So that's the reason I like to explain slowly to everyone. Yes, you're saying something.
Okay, sir. And one thing, sir, yeah. So when we are discussing the validation also, so
Hmm.
like a CURR, CUK, quantity units, and the dates and times we can't
Yes.
validate.
Yeah.
Okay, na? We can't let the domain level.
Yes.
Okay. And yesterday we discussed that, and some cases is required like a. So yesterday we discussed the some what is that quantity? Sorry, currency only. Suppose a
Yes.
plus. So
Yes.
negative sign, plus sign, you told.
Yes.
So that time we can create the domains.
Yes. So some cases we have to create a level. Let's assume you want to create a password table. Now you have to create a domain because password should be case sensitive. You want to store sign, then you have to convert, you have to create a table with domain. We are not creating domain only for validation. What can you please explain at two advantages of domain? First advantage is validations. Second advantage is to make case sensitive. Third advantage is to make to store minus sign explicitly. Fourth advantage, you can store it differently, you can display it differently. So out of four advantages you can explain two advantages. So in the interview, if you know all the four, then only you can answer the interview questions.
No,
Okay?
I'm asking that. So I'm asking here that. So we can't create the domain level, but situation comes like a negative, sorry, negative sign. So that time we can create the domain. That time is clear. That I'm
Yes.
asking. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. When the situation comes, we can create the domains like a
It's
negative sign.
it's not like situations. Now let's assume now I can create a domain for any currency field. I can create a domain. But what is the purpose of creating a domain? Suppose in basic pay, if you create a domain, what is the purpose? In the domain, we cannot do any validations. At the same
Yeah.
time, for basic pay HRATA, minus sign also not required. So what is the purpose
Yes.
of creating domain for basic pay? So if it is not required, we will never create a domain. So it will allow CUKY will allow. So you can create a domain for CUKY also, but it won't allow to do validations. When it is not allowing to do validations, what is the purpose of creating domain for CUKY? It's a waste. So depending on the requirement, we should understand when to create only data element, when to create domain.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Anyone else? Thank you. Catch you tomorrow.